And we are live. Hi, everybody. Hello, hello, hello. Welcome to this week's episode of Moms for Trans Kids podcast. My name is Dr. Lulu, aka the Momatrician. Yes, and then there was one. I love it. So let me sit well, so y'all can see me well. Can y'all see me well? I feel like I'm down a little bit. Okay, and I have a brand new camera. So just let me know if you can see me well. I feel like I'm a little dark in the camera. Let me go live on, let me see what it looks like on my phone. But yes, so hi, everyone. Today I'm by myself, rolling solo. But I'm so excited. This is exactly what. Hi, Vicky. Oh my God. Hi, Vicky. So Vicky is watching. Vicky was supposed to join me today. Vicky, and then there was one. So last week, there were two of us. The week before that, there were three. The week before that, there were four. But one of the things that I realized is when you've been given a dream and a mission, you have to carry the mission. You have to carry it through. My friend and sister Vicky and I talked over the weekend actually, and then she was like, "Well, maybe you could take a break." And I was like, "Yeah, I was gonna take a break, but you know what? Yeah, Kim is here. Hi, Kim." So Kim and Vicky are going to be part of this podcast, whether they like it or not. If I'm left to decide, right? But the thing I wanted to say is when you've been given a vision and a mission and a dream, no one said it was going to be easy. No one said it was going to be without drama. And where two or three women are gathered, there's usually drama, right? But I'm going to leave it at that because that's kind of the sauce that we're made of. Today, I'm by myself because this dream for Moms for Trans Kids podcast was given to me. And I cannot let anybody detract me from my dream. So today we're going to talk about something that I talk about a lot. A few weeks ago, several weeks ago, I was speaking at the P Flag at Manhattan Beach, and we talked about what I'm going to talk about today. So I thought, what better place to actually tell the world about it finally than through my live stream. So if you can hear me, give me a thumbs up. Vicky, if you're there, please give me a thumbs up. Kim, I see the flowers. Thank you so much. Kim loves sunflowers. I'm going to actually post the comments because we're supposed to do that. Where are my manners? Hi, Vicky. So Vicky is my really sister in the fight, for lack of a better way to describe her. I'm trying to see. Okay, yes. Very good. So I am live on LinkedIn, and that's usually where I see if it's working. And then Kim is usually live on YouTube, and Kim just gave me a thumbs up after she gave me some sunflowers. So thank you so much. So today we're going to talk about, now I want you all to always comment in the comment section if you're watching me live or if you're watching me on the replay. It's important to me that I know that people are kind of sharing the vision that I have, interacting with the vision, reassuring me that the vision is being seen by everyone. And and Vicky just gave me a thumbs up. So yeah, let the show begin. So this is not going to be a very long show. Usually when I go solo, it's not too long. But you know what? We'll go as long as we need to because a lot of times I have people interacting from the audience, and that is my mojo and that keeps me going. So, Vicky, give me a thumbs up if our special guest is watching with you. Wink, wink. Vicky, give me a thumbs up if our special guest is watching with you. Wink, wink. Kimmy, give me a thumbs up if any of my children are watching with you. So, but let's get started, shall we? So, I want to talk about a concept that came up for me on Friday morning when I was about to leave the beach. So, for those of you who know, over the last few months, I've lost up to 7 people in my close circle. 7. And so, after the 7th person, I was like, you know what? I need a break. I need to get out of here. I need to go on a staycation, vacation, something. And Kim says just her tonight. And between Kim and Didi, they were like, "You're going on vacation." I was like, "Okay." So Kim and Didi made me do it, but I'm so glad that I listened to them, and I'm so glad that I have sisters who look out for me because they were like, "You need to go on vacation." Kim was like, "Morning is not a vacation." I'm like, "Oh, all right, Kimmy, okay." So I went on a week solocation, a week me treat, and let me tell you, yes, I was still texting people and still sort of on social media, mainly on LinkedIn, but I tell you, it was great. It was great. It was amazing. So Vicky says I have to check. My daughter is in another time. That's fine. No problem at all. We got more than one person watching, and that's enough for me. So we're going to talk about what the concept that came up to me on the last day as I was leaving the beach. Okay. Because I went there for inspiration, for rest, for relaxation, but also for insight into where I need to move to. Because as y'all know, I'm planning on moving to either San Diego or Atlanta. So let's just say I have decided on where I'm going, but I'm not going to tell y'all yet. And Kim is affirming me always, says she likes the term meat treat. Yes, it was a solocation, a meat treat, and it was amazing. But on the last day, I heard clearly from the waves as I was kicking the waves and running from the waves and ducking from the waves, I heard clearly this voice tell me, parenting is easy. I was like, what? What do you mean? The voice was like, parenting is easy. I was like, how? Right? Like, yeah, right. I know I'm gullible, but what do you mean? So please, if you can hear me, type the words parenting is easy in the comment section. If you agree with me, give me one reason, just one. So this is to Vicky and to Kim because someone else is watching and I don't know who they are. Please let me know who you are so I can give you your flowers. So give me one reason. Take your time. Think about one reason why parenting might be easy. Whether it's a trans child, a child who has autism, a child who has seizures, a child who you and I think is normal, because what is normal anyway, right? What one reason do you have why parenting might actually be easy? Let me tell you the 3 top mistakes that parents make why they think that parenting is not easy. While you're thinking about reasons why parenting is easy, I'm going to give you the top 3 mistakes, top 3 reasons that mistakes that parents make, or top 3 reasons that parents give for assuming that parenting is not easy. The first one is you've been conditioned. This guy called Ed Milet always says, everything you know as a child, you either caught or you were taught. You were conditioned. Somebody somewhere, some brainiac somewhere. Oh, look at that. He's already coming in. Look at that. All right, Vicky's not playing. Vicky is not playing. Vicky's here to she's here to kill it. Vicky says parenting is easy because parenting includes unconditional love. That's it. Point blank, period. That's it. Parenting is easy because it's about unconditional love. This is why I said Kim and Vicky are going to be co-hosts of this show because they are in sync. Vicky says it's about unconditional love. So let me tell you the first mistake that parents make. The first mistake is that we have been told that parenting is hard. It's the default. And so because my business, because my work, because my life is about poking a hole in all of the misconceptions, poking a hole in all of the lies we've been told, poking a hole in all of the misinformation out there, I'm like, parenting is easy. Yes. Now go find reasons why. And there we are. Kim is already giving Vicky some flowers. She's oh wow, we've got Susan. Hi, Susan. Susan says parenting is easy because we are primed with instincts to get. Yeah. because we come ready. We come prepared to have the kids. You know what? Chickens take care of their chicks. Cats take care of their kittens. Owls take care of their babies. I don't know what they're called. Okay? Humans can take care of their kids. Thank you so much, Susan. Thank you so much. Parenting is easy because we come wired to do it. But the first mistake we make is when we are told, everybody, oh, you're going to be a parent. Oh, it's going to be hard. Oh, parenting is parenting. The first mistake is that we've been told that gender is binary. We've been told that sexuality is only one way. We've been told that parenting is hard. And what do? You believe the bullshit. You buy it hook, line, and sinker. You're eating it and enjoying it. Susan, thank you so much for that. That's amazing. So give me one more since y'all are on fire like this. Kimmy says parenting is easy because I practice on same thing. Look at that. Kim and Vicky are in sync. The second mistake that parents make when it comes to parenting is they make it about control. Let me tell you something. How easy is it for you to practice self-control? You, yes, if you're watching me right now, tell me in the comment section, how easy is it for you to practice self-control? Self-control. When you want to jump, you just jump. When you want to scream, you just scream. When you want to drink, you just drink. How easy is it for you to practice self-control? What more trying to control another person? And so parenting becomes hard because we are focused on controlling our kids. Tell me how easy it is for you to get your toddler to eat their spinach. Tell me how easy it is for you to get your toddler to eat their veggies. You think it's easy to control another person? You can't even control the newborn baby who wakes up every 2 hours to eat. You can't even control the newborn baby who burps and throws up all over you. You can't even control the newborn baby who pees and poops on you. You want to control? That is the first reason why people assume that parenting is hard. So we got you 2 reasons. Now, number 1, it's wired in our heads from when we're young. They're telling us, they're teaching us, they're telling us, oh, parenting is hard, and we believe them. The second reason is we want to make it about controlling the human being. The third reason why we believe parenting is hard is because we are all about wanting to predict the outcome of our parenting. Dr. Lulu, yes, we want to predict the outcome. We all want to say, oh, I'm the best parent. Oh, my kids, they don't try that nonsense. Oh, I got my kids under my control. My kids can never that. We want to predict the outcome of another human that you didn't create. And so those are the top reasons, according to Dr. Lulu, of course, as always. So give me your reasons. Give me your reasons in there. Give me your reasons why you believe that parenting is hard. So hard. Daily challenges. Yeah, easy. Life is always lifing. But here's the thing. If you are honest with yourself, your kids or not, life is going to life. And that's what Vicky's saying. There's always going to be daily challenges. It's 200 degrees outside. That's not your kid's fault. But look at what you do. You try to make it your kid's fault because you're overheated. Your car overheated. So you try to find a way to make it your kid. No. Or make it somebody else's. No. Life is going to life anyway, whether you like it or not. The show is called Moms for Trans Kids Podcast. Today, we're talking about why parenting might even be easy. I'm going to take a minute, drink my water while y'all go into the thinking room. I'll be right back. And we are back. And Susan has some news for us. Let me see what Susan says. making it about me and not about my child. Woo-wee! Susan, you are snatching my edges today. Susan is saying that one of the reasons why parenting is hard is because we are making it about us. So true. The child doesn't exist to reflect well on me. Oh, Susan, you're writing a whole book today, sis. Susan is saying that because she is making her child's well-being, her child's life, her child's existence about her, parenting becomes hard. Susan, I like the way you think. Let's see if we have any more points here. Vicky says, we think we know what is best. We need to listen to our children. And as Dr. Lulu said in her TED Talk, let the children lead. Our children, yeah! So first of all, you get flowers. You get a car. You get a car. I don't know what to give you right now, but Vicky gets the car for quoting my TED Talk. And y'all, I want to introduce you to Vicky. Vicky, I cannot wait for you to come on the show next week because Vicky's going to be coming on the show next week. Susan, I would like to invite you to come on the show. One of the things I want us to do is talk about parenting, period, but especially for trans kids. Susan is the ultimate ally. Susan is the ultimate ally. So Susan, you're invited to come on the show. But Vicky is going to be coming on the show next week. And Vicky is hitting the nail on the head. Children need to lead us. But your mama, your mama's mama, your mama's mama's mama, your mama's 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 mama, they've all been telling each other all the way down that parenting is hard. Why? Because we're making it about ourselves. We're making it about ourselves. I love that for you, Susan. Thank you so much. And look at what Kimmy says. Kimmy says, yes, Susan. So again, Kimmy is going to be one of the co-hosts of the show. And she's like, yes, Susan, of course. When we make anything about us, which is one of the things you know what, Susan, thank you for that caveat, because that actually leads us into where I'm going, which is that one of the reasons that parents of queer kids, parents of trans kids, parents of LGBT plus kids, parents of any kind of kids that we deem, quote unquote, not the norm, the only reason it's hard is because we make it about us, which is why y'all know I always say when it comes to accepting your queer child, it's never the child that needs to be accepted. It's always you having to first accept self. Y'all is killing me today, and we've got a new player in the game. Yeah, Susan says, Vicky, so true. We have a brand new player, S. Grace. Hi, S. Grace. Welcome to the party. S. Grace is saying parenting is hard because people are worried about their children's futures. Very good. And you know, S. Grace, I don't know if you watched from the beginning of the show, but thank you so much for joining us. One of the things I said at the beginning was one of the third reasons why one of the third mistakes that parents make is that we want to predict the outcome. And you just took it out of my mouth. Parents want to predict the outcome. And so we worry about our kids' futures. And so what I say to that is, to what end, my darling? Can you truly predict the future? Can anybody predict the future? You can create your own future, but you can never create somebody else's future. And so you're right. Parents want to determine the outcome. They want to be sure that their child is going to be exactly how they want their child to be. And therein lies the problem. You cannot make your toddler eat their spinach. How dare you even assume that you can make anybody become something else when you are not even done controlling yourself? So thank you so much, S. Grace. So good. Oh, S. Grace says, this is Grace. Oh, I didn't know that. Hi. I didn't even know that. Yay! I love it. Welcome to the party, S. Grace. I didn't know that. So thank you so much. But this is exactly what we're talking about here. People, AKA parents, have been told from day one that parenting is hard because we've been thinking that it's up to us to have this baby and control everything. Oh, don't do that. Oh, don't do that. Oh, why are you doing that? Oh, how come you're doing that? How come you're not doing that? versus allowing your child to just be who they are. Am I saying you should not cook your child dinner? No. Am I saying you should allow your child to cross the street when there's a car coming? No. You have to be a parent. It means being practical, right? But it doesn't mean you should take over control. You should believe the BS that you've been fed from your generations to come before you, and it should determine the outcome of your child. Those are the top 3 mistakes that I find that parents make, and that makes them believe that parenting is hard. So I'm going to end with my ABCDEF. I want you, if you can hear me, to please subscribe to my newsletter on LinkedIn. It's titled Rethinking the Closet. So you can read tomorrow's newsletter, because tomorrow's newsletter is going to discuss the rest of the alphabet. So over the weekend, I got a chance to do what I love to do the most in the world, which is stay in the same room with other parents of queer kids and just kind of nurture them and feed them from my brain, and also be fed and be replenished by them. So over the weekend, that glorious event happened, which was yesterday, actually. And then we went over the alphabet. When I told them, I said, parenting is easy, they were like, what you talking about, Willis? Right? They were like, who is this black kitten? And who does she think she is? And by the end of the hour and a half, which they gave to us, nobody wanted to leave. They stayed until 1 p.m. We were supposed to leave at 11:30. That is there. That's work that I do, honey. Yeah. And so I'm going to give you A, B, C, D, E, F, which is my original proprietary process. But all the other letters, the parents got a chance to fill them in. So if you join me tomorrow, if you read tomorrow, you will see my newsletter has the rest of the alphabets and the things that the parents said. But for me, I want to share the first 6. A is for awareness of your thoughts. A is also for acceptance of self. Awareness of thoughts means you need to be aware of what you think about the LGBTQ plus community. I met a dad yesterday who was shaking like a leaf. He was just like, oh my God, because I don't know, but I'm going to find out what have always been his thoughts about the queer community. You see, check your thoughts, because your thoughts may very well create the child. Yes, your thoughts can create a queer child. I said so. This guy was shaking like a leaf. I could just imagine what were his prior thoughts about the queer community. I wonder what he's been thinking. That they're queer, that they're, I don't know, misfits, that they don't belong, that they should be killed. Who knows? And then his child said, Dad, I'm trans. He couldn't even say the words. Let me tell you, it was crazy. So number 1, letter A is awareness of your thoughts. What have they been telling you, and what have you been believing about the queer community? Because like Vicky and I were talking about the other day, everybody knows someone who's trans, except sometimes they just haven't told you yet. That's exactly what Vicky said. Oh, Vicky's got some stuff to say. Vicky said, Susan, that was such a challenge for me to come to terms with. Yes, this is so good. Not making it about me, I guess, is what she's saying. And Susan says, still working on my baby 25. Yeah, Susan, my baby 25 as well. Yes, we're still working on it. Oh my God, Lord. Every day, the struggle is real. But I always say, what if it's not a struggle? What if you decide today to accept your child as they are and then work on yourself? So A is awareness, and A is also acceptance of self. B is believe your child when they tell you who they are the first time. Believe your child. I mean, you might as well, because they know who they are. Believe the child. The child is telling you, Mom, I want to go to culinary school because I like cooking. You're like, yeah, but chefs are, I don't know what they are, Mom. I love cooking and I want to be a cook, a chef, or whatever. Your job is say, tell me more. And I know, Susan, you probably remember this from one of the TED circles we did. The lady who said the best way to invite people into a conversation is to say, interesting. Tell me more. Literally, you disarm yourself and you also invite them in. Tell me more, right? Susan, I don't know if you remember that TED Talk. Okay. The third one is the letter C. Letter C is create safe spaces, first in your heart and then in your home. If your heart is safe, your home will be safe. Speaking from someone who did not have a safe space to begin with. When your heart is safe, your home will automatically be safe. Why not? Oh, by the way, y'all, I want you to meet Susan Price. Susan Price is the curator of TEDx San Antonio. So if you want to have a TED Talk, let me know, because I know people who know people. After I do my own TED Talk, Susan, this is my next TED Talk, the ABCs of easy parenting. It's a thing, right? Okay. Then D is decide. Just make a decision today to accept your child as they are. And then start working on accepting yourself as a parent of that child. Because if you were not able to handle the situation, God, the universe, will not give you that child. I mean, that's something that I had to come to terms with. I said, you know what? God gave me these kids as they are because God knew I could handle it. What I need to do is figure it out. But the kids are as they are. And Susan says, love, yes! Nobody's ever talked about that before. ABCs, maybe they have, I don't care. ABCs of easy parenting. Parenting is, you know what, the top 3 reasons why people, like we talked about today, y'all just give me my TED Talk today. Top 3 reasons why we all think parenting is hard. But parenting is actually as easy as you make it. Yes. E is empower with your words and your actions your kid. That's the letter E. Empower with your words and your actions said child. Empower your kid with your words. When your child says, Mom, I want to marry this person, I want to move to this country, empower your child. Find it within you to empower your kid. Your kid doesn't need an air traffic controller as a parent. Your kid doesn't need a drill sergeant for a parent. Your kid needs you for a parent. Empower your child. Subsequently, once you hear, empower the kid. I'm not saying don't challenge the kid. I'm not saying don't ask curious questions. I'm saying empower, though. Because when your child is empowered, no one out there can bully them. Did you see the little girl that I posted her video on my Instagram, which, by the way, you should be following me? The little girl said, Owen said they didn't like my hair. And I said, I like it. That's what the little girl said. Owen said they didn't like my hair. And I said, I like it. That is an empowered child. The mom said, you said that? She said, yes. I said, well, my mom made my hair for me and I like it. So it doesn't matter if you don't like it because I like it. That is an empowered child. Owen said, it's like 9 seconds. Owen said they don't like my hair. And I said, I like it. That's an empowered child. Empower your kids so that when Owen comes, or mediocre Chad comes, or heaven forbid Karen comes, they'll be like, I like it. I am who I am, and there's nothing you can do about it. Oh my God, look at all these comments. Goodness. I'm so sorry, I've not been catching. Vicky says, amen, Dr. Lulu, heart and home. Yes, both need to be safe. Yes, Y'all, thank you so much for giving me my flowers today. I'm so excited. Y'all, it doesn't take much to excite me anyway. But this is so good. I didn't realize y'all have been commenting. I've been like in the space. Ooh, the only thing harder than accepting my child is yes, 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 is accepting myself. Absolutely. I accept myself as the parent of this child. And the day you do that, the moment you do that, it's a home run. It's a home run because you let loose and all these things you're carrying. And then you lean in and start learning from your child who they really are. Right? Yes. And then Kimmy says, I was born to have rainbow children. And yes, before you go there, let me tell you right now, Kim is right. I use rainbows also to describe my kids. I know that there's another way to describe rainbow kids, which is a baby that's born after a child that was lost or a child that died or whatever that definition is. I also choose to call my child a rainbow child. There's many, many meanings to words. It just depends on what meaning you want to ascribe to it. I ascribe rainbow to all of my children. They're all rainbow kids. And my other children who are not LGBT, who are not trans, they're also rainbows because they are in the LGBT plus family. And I think Kim and I talked about this the other day. I think it was Vic. Siblings of queer kids are also in the queer family. We're siblings by association. We're allies. So yes, thank you so much for saying that. Absolutely, absolutely. Vicky says, it is as hard or as easy as we make it. Yes, that is true. Parenting is as hard or as easy as you make it. Lifing is as hard or as easy as you make it. Any word is neutral. Any circumstance is neutral until you have a thought about it. Did y'all know that? Circumstances are always, always neutral. Somebody calls me the B word today, biatch. I'm like, okay, I don't answer to that though. That's why yesterday on my Instagram, I posted that video that I said, block you? No, I'm going to let you watch me win. This comment I made on this author video on Instagram has gone viral. I have more than 500 comments on it. And enough people liked the comment because I said something that was, of course, polarizing. That's how I roll. But enough people are like coming for me. They're like, oh my God, this is an utter video. Where did trans kid come from? I'm like, do you really think I care what you think? Do you really think that I care what you think? No, I don't. Snatch your edges in a minute. I don't care what you think. The child was given to me because I can handle it. I don't scare easy. You can't bully me. I don't even know who you are. You don't know who I am, and you want to bully me? Y'all, that's growth. This is the same girl who was bullied throughout elementary school. So bullying, what's that? Doesn't do anything to me. And I wish at this moment, I want to take a moment to just say, I wish our kids who are being bullied, I wish we would empower them more so that people cannot have any effect on them. It's a skill. It's a skill. It's a skill. And you as a parent, you got to figure it out so you can prepare your child because they're coming for your kids. So imagine if we all united, what powerful kids we'll have out there. Okay? All right. Kim says, but it took me a while before I actually did exactly. And that's why when you read my newsletter tomorrow, which I need y'all to go subscribe to my newsletter on LinkedIn, it's titled Rethinking the Closet. So first find me on LinkedIn and then subscribe to my newsletter. We're almost at 1,000 subscribers. I'm so proud of myself. Go there, subscribe to it, read it. You will see one of those letters addresses that. Absolutely. It took me a while. What are you talking about, Kimmy? It took me a while. It's a journey. Parenting is a journey. It's never done. And when you think you're done, you have another child. And when you think you're done, they have their own kids, and then you start all over again. This time you can spoil the heck out of the kids and then send them home as a grandma, right? But yes, absolutely. There's no question about that. There's no question that it took us a while. And that's why we have to hold space for those who are coming. My thing is, take your time, but don't take too long. That's one of the things that I like to say. When it comes to parenting your queer child, take your time, but don't take too long. And that's where the letter F comes in. F is for feel all the feels. Yes. I am here for you to feel every emotion. Okay, I'm going to ask everybody who can hear me to type in the comment section, what are all the emotions that y'all felt when your kids first told you those words? Mom, I'm trans. Mom, I'm gay. Mom, I'm non-binary. Mom, I'm pansexual. Mom, I'm gender fluid. Mom, I'm gender anything. Blow up the comment section now. What were the emotions that you felt when your child said those words to you? I want to hear what y'all have to say before I tell you my own emotions that I felt. So F is for you to feel every single last emotion. I want to hold space for that. Feel all the feelings, but don't take too long, baby. All right. So Vicky, S. Grace, Kim, Susan, go at it. What are the emotions that you all feel? Let's go. Let's see. Kim says confused, scared, worried. Yes. And Kim is leaving room for her sisters to type. All right, Vicky, go at it. Susan, go at it. What are those emotions? Confused, scared, worried, naturally. Bien sûr, they will say in French. Bien sûr means of course. Of course, it's expected for you to be confused, worried, and all that. Of course, scared, of course. And look at Vicky's almost mirroring the same words. Confusion, fear for my child, confusion that I didn't know my child. Exactly. Shock. Shock that I didn't know my child. Shock that I didn't know my child. Anger. Absolutely. Shame. Guilt. Yes. Saddened. Yes. Exasperated. Is that the word? Exasperated? Is that discombobulated? Yes. All of those words. I want you to feel every last one of them, but away from your child. I want you to feel every emotion, but I want you to process them away from your child. And that's the letter F. So A, B, C, D, E, F are mine. I get to hold the IP of those. G, H, I, J, all the way through Z was contributed by all the parents that we had at the event yesterday. So I'm so excited to share tomorrow's newsletter. Please subscribe to it. My LinkedIn is Uchenna Dr. Lulu Ume, the Momatrician. If you go on LinkedIn and Google the Momatrician, you will find me. Go on LinkedIn and Google Uchenna Dr. Lulu Ume, you will find me. And then find my newsletter. It's titled Rethinking the Closet. It's going to drop tomorrow at 8 a.m., every Monday at 8 a.m. Go check it out and let's have a fun conversation with all the words that these moms came up with. So good. So good. Kim said, and now proud, also excited, also guarded. That is a beautiful word that I have not heard yet. Kimmy, you're a star. Guarded. Yes. Okay. But, love that. Guarded. Advancing slowly. Let me see. Yeah. You sure? What does this mean? Who are you? Who have you been this whole time? Am I even your mother? Like all these questions, they're all real questions. And let me see what Vicky says. Vicky says, then HB2 came to North Carolina. Okay, that's the House bill. So for those of you who don't know what HBs are, HB2. So House Bill 2 came to North Carolina and I was ready to fight for my child. That's it. That's the mama bear That's the mama bear right there. And on that note, we're going to come to an end of today's show. You ladies have been amazing. So what we did today was go over the top 3 reasons why parenting is quote unquote hard. Number 1 is it was handed down to us. Number 2 is we want to control our kids. And number 3 is we want to predict the outcome of who our child is going to be. And yes, Kimmy says I really mean on guard, and for good reason. That's a phrase that we don't have to even define in this situation. Absolutely. And then we talked about the 6 letters, first 6 letters, A, B, C, D, E, F of easily parenting your queer child. And then we talked about some reasons why parenting is actually easy. Number 1 was unconditional love. Number 2 is you were already hardwired to parent this child. And I forget what number 3 was. I think Susan gave me that. I forgot what it was. But whatever it was, just rewind and watch. So I want to say thank you to you today. I want to say thank you for listening to me today. I want to say thank you to the universe for this idea to have this podcast. I want to say thank you to my guests who joined me remotely today. Thank you to Vicky. Thank you to S. Grace. Thank you to Susan. Thank you to Kim. Thank you to the other person who didn't say who they were. Thank you so much for watching this. Do me a favor. Join me tomorrow night, will you? I usually go solo on Dr. Lulu Presents. It's more of a corporate topic, is my new niche, which is helping organizations support parents of queer kids. And as you know, I go into it, I'm going to find guests as I go as well. But just join me. 30 to 40 minutes of your time, that's not too bad. And then subscribe to my newsletter. And then y'all have a wonderful, wonderful week ahead. Vicky and I are going to be doing some things bigly, so stay tuned. And that's all I have for y'all today. Thank you so much. My name is Dr. Lulu, aka the Momatrician. If you're a parent and you're struggling with the journey, holla at your girl. Let me help you navigate it a little bit, show you how it may actually be easier than you think. And if you're an organization, you're looking for somebody to help you create safe spaces for the marginalized in your community, the Blacks, the people of color, the parents of queer kids, the LGBT, the immigrants, those who are differently abled, all of those people, holla at your girl. I can help you. My DMs remain always open. I'll see y'all tomorrow. Bye. Have a wonderful week ahead. Thank you all so much for joining me. So good, so good, so good, so good, so good. Thank you. Thank you. Kimmy says, have a wonderful, Kimmy is such a beautiful human being. Says, have a wonderful evening, y'all. Thank you all so much for coming. If you join us late, just rewind and just watch it. And let me know your thoughts. We had an incredible conversation today. So good, so good, so good. And I'll be in Sacramento tomorrow, by the way. So y'all, it's going to be amazing. I'm going to be introducing them to the Black transgender child. The title is Don't Leave the Black Trans Child Behind. God, I'm so excited. All right, folks. Bye for now. Peace out.